morning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you to my returning subscribers. It is a beautiful day today. It's early morning and it's already quite warm. It feels really nice. So shall we see what's in your cards today? What is in your reading today? If you haven't already, please do like and subscribe to my channel. You will get notifications then when I'm doing videos. Let's have a little look and see what we've got. And if anything resonates with you in this, just drop a little comment down there, or like the video, share it even if you feel called to. Okay, so we have observe. So we are coming up to the full moon at the weekend, and around this sort of time it can illuminate either within us or externally, or both. It can sort of really bring things to the forefront that perhaps we need to shift through, or just awakening to, just realizing about ourselves, especially if you work with moon cycles. You know, people can go through their lives without really thinking about the moon cycles at all, not being affected by them whatsoever. But if you are plugged into that, you will start to see things illuminating. You are putting yourself on that path. And that's, I feel like, what this message is today, is about you get choices as to what path you align with, you know. Now, there are experiences that happen in your life that can throw you into a spiritual awakening, but for some it can be a choice where you're choosing a particular thread, particular destination route, if you like. But on that route, there's a lot of lessons, or there's a lot of things that will be shown to you. So it's never all love and light. There's work to be done. And this can be sometimes, so say for instance, I'll use an example. If you've always been quite a passive person, there's a reason why you're passive, and that could stem from something in your childhood, or even beyond this life. It could be from a past life. And if that's something that you are focusing on at the moment, you might find that you start to get challenging experiences where you are challenged and you will be expected to stand up for yourself. Yeah, so you might find like, oh, why is everything going wrong for me at this time? It isn't going wrong for you. It's bringing forward for you ways that you can move through things, that you can push through a threshold. It's a bit like with exercise, you know. If you were training and doing some running or something, there's a point where you have to push through a threshold. You have to push yourself further to gain more, to get more. It's a similar thing with spiritual awakening. You know, you can't sit there sipping your tea, omming, and think that that's enough to put you in your spiritual awakening. There will be lessons, there will be things to learn from, there will be uncomfortable situations that you have to navigate, but they're all part of your growth. They're all there to help you to grow into aligning yourself with your more spiritual side, and sometimes your emotional side, or whatever it is that you need to be working on. And it's a different journey for everybody, so you can't compare yourself with anybody else. We have the goddess. We have the goddess and observe. Now, whether you're male or female, this does not matter. The goddess energy is about embodying that understanding of your emotional body and your spiritual body, and alchemizing those, recognizing that actually this path that you're on is a spiritual journey, it's a spiritual path, but it's opening somebody up here on an emotional level. It's bringing forward your lessons, seem to be coming forward in an emotional way. They're kind of sparking in you sometimes a need to release. So you might be finding you're in uncomfortable situations where you feel like you want to cry, where you wouldn't normally, and you're maybe stepping away from that. And what you find with a spiritual journey is there will be times where you will step away from it because it's too much to deal with, but you will always have an opportunity to come back at it. It never really goes away, it just kind of gets put on hold a little bit. So let's see what your runes are talking about today. What do we have in your runes? Yes, commitment to self. This is access and acknowledgement of your highest self, your higher conscience. And you are now starting to understand what your higher conscience is trying to tell you. This is about you really committing to that path that you've chosen. And Kainas, illumination. This is the beacon, the torch that gets lit. and it's almost like it lights a fire within your solar plexus, really switches you on to your understanding of who you are in this world and what you bring in this world. I love the sound of the seagulls. It just makes me feel like I'm in Cornwall or Devon or something. So this is that energy that is lighting that torch, and when you light that torch, it illuminates everything. And this is the next few days for you is a real illumination. Your real awakening is beginning here. You're starting to realise you've been pushed into situations that have called for you to express your emotion. And you intended this for yourself. You manifested this for yourself. And it's always the way, isn't it? Like, we manifest something, you put your wish list down of what you want to achieve, and then the universe will be, or spirit will be, okay, so this is what's standing in the way of that. How are you going to deal with that? And it brings you completely out of your comfort zone. Completely out of your comfort zone. And what you're being called upon now is to be comfortable in the uncomfortable, allowing yourself to realise that you intended this for yourself. And through that intention comes a massive healing. It's interesting we've got Sewillow, because Sewillow is connected to the sun energy, life force energy. And it's a really sunny day today. So you may be, well, if you, where I live, you might need to be out in the sunshine today, absorbing that energy, allowing that life force in, especially if you've been feeling a little bit low at this time, or if you feel depleted of energy at all. And I found an old deck today, the Witch's Tarot, which I haven't used these for a long time. I used to use these all the time in psychic suppers and lots of readings that I've done in the past. And I found them today. So I'm going to use them today. So let's see your current situation then, with what's being illuminated for you to observe at this time within yourself. And I feel like you're getting it now, whereas maybe you didn't before. You're starting to understand yourself on a deeper level at this time. So what is your current situation on here? It's funny as well, because these cards are so much smaller than the other ones. You haven't got to stretch your fingers quite as much. What is your current situation here? Okay, I'm going to have to pick them. So I'm going to cut the pack and see what we have here. Six of Cups. Okay, so you're observing things from the past. You're observing memories and experiences that you've had. And I almost feel like you're observing them in the way of hindsight, of like you wish you had maybe said something different or acted in a different way or changed something about the particular situation. But what you have to understand is we do what we do at the time when we know, and when you know better, you do better. But right now, this is a point in time where you needed to go back into these thoughts, these feelings. There might be something to do with actually a holiday or some kind of event that you've been on that keeps resounding in your mind about you wish you'd have done something different. You wish you'd have said something or changed something on that. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it? But it's helping you to observe what you want to do moving forward. But definitely feels like you're reminiscing on something, from the past here that's important to you at this time. Ace of Wands. Okay, so this is something that you are now starting to get a little bit of inspired thought about. So it's almost like you want another crack at this. You perhaps want a rerun, or you're looking at sort of how you can put something right through this illumination that you've had. And it's transformational. You know, you've kind of gone through a bit of a transformation here of recognition and realization. And this is hawthorn all down here. Now this is the tree of love. Hawthorn berries help us to open up our heart center. They help us to acknowledge our ability to give and receive love. And I feel like that's what you're working on at this time, is you're unraveling something. You're unraveling something from the past, but you've transformed since that point, and you're starting to see things in a different way, but in a more inspired way. What's going on here? What have I done here? Bear with me. Right, okay. So what is the challenge with this for you? Why is it challenging? Okay, right. It's challenging because I feel like there needs to be some communication about a betrayal from the past, or something that was painful to let go of, painful to walk away from. No, yeah, it doesn't have to be about betrayal. It's more, there was a painful ending that you went through, which is what you are reminiscing about here. And this ending, I feel like you want to communicate something about that. You want to bring some truth forward, or express something in a logical and factual way about what this was. But that's challenging, that's tough to do. Very difficult to do. And that could be, it's not even bringing that, oh, fly going in my coffee. Not even bringing that to somebody else, but just acknowledging that truth to yourself, I feel, is where the challenge is. Okay, so what is your focus on here? I feel a lot of emotion coming from this reading, actually. A lot of emotion, especially from around like the heart center. What do you need to focus on right now? Okay, let's do that again then. Focus right now is all about communication. Focus is about communication and striving forward. Actually quick action, doing something quite quickly. I love these cards. They're all of Wales. I don't know if you've ever been to Wales in the UK, but it's a very beautiful place, full of lakes and hills. And this is an energy of like, this is very freeing to take this action right now, to do this. But I see you going somewhere like that in around August time, like some kind of holiday. Let's have a look. What we have for you as your future then. The future of this. Because that's what you want to know really, isn't it? Is that things are going to be okay. That you're going to get through this. And you are growing. You are growing through this. So what is the future here? The future here is holding on tight, like not letting go of something. You might at this time need to keep things close to your chest, so whatever it is that you are, whatever this painful ending was about, you're kind of keeping it close to your chest at this time, but you're not letting go of it. You're holding it there. Let's get some more clarity on that for Pentacles. Come on. Yeah, because this is something that you actually wished for. It was a desire or a wish fulfillment that you had, or that you still have. It's still there. And you do still have the ability to manifest this. It almost feels like you know that there is an opportunity to change something from the past, or to reconnect something, to rekindle something. That's what I'm feeling from this. I wouldn't be surprised if the Four of Swords in reverse doesn't come out, if I'm honest. Yeah, there's been some change in your mind around this. Where were we? Ace of Wands. Yeah, there's been some kind of change that's made you realise actually there is some kind of action that can be taken here that's transformational. Something has transformed or changed within this. And with that Eight of Wands and the Tower, this is kind of like a very quick action moving forward. There's a lot of sudden change that is about to occur for this. So what advice do we have for you right now? What advice can I give you on this? Got the Lovers on the bottom there. So it is still down to you as a choice, you know? You still have a choice on this. But the Knight of Wands, there's definitely something about passion. And having the confidence to come forward with this, and I saw the Lovers on there as well, so I feel like there's quite a desirable, passionate kind of energy to this as well, that kind of is part of the reason why you want to revisit this. So your advice is to kind of be confident with that. Be confident with yourself, because you're manifesting this, and it does bring you some kind of security, some kind of safety almost, like you feel safe with it now. Whereas there was a point in the past where you felt like you weren't, but now you're realising something different, something's changed. Maybe you were listening to other people. Yeah, you're ready for a new beginning here. So your advice here is about, it's definitely about passion, bringing some passion in and new love, like new beginning. This is an energy of, but I do sense there's a feeling of, in order for this to happen, there has to be some kind of release of emotion. That King of Swords was representing that there is something that was a painful ending, something perhaps that you had to walk away from because of that painful ending. But now the truth is actually you maybe missing that, or you feel you know the way forward now to be part of that again. And that's what I'm feeling from this. I've got the Lovers on the bottom again, so there's definitely a card that's within this. But it's not just always about soulmates and about lovers, it's also about choices. And you are still feeling your way forward on a choice being made here, because it's almost like you don't want to make any mistakes. You feel like you don't want to make a mistake. So what else do we have for you? Nine of Wands. Yeah, you've been hurt before, but you always get back up. You see life as sometimes a challenge, but a challenge worth taking. You don't back down from that. Yeah, I thought so. Two of Swords. So it's like sometimes you put things on hold because you're not sure what direction to take, or you kind of block things or step away from things, and you're recognizing that energy now, that that's what you do. But actually that doesn't help you in the way forward that you want to go, the way that you want to live. You definitely feels like you want to express something here within a friendship or within something that you hold dear. You might even be perhaps opening up to friends at this time, perhaps, or a particular friend, about how you're feeling about a situation from the past. So what are your hopes and fears at this time? What are your hopes and fears? We have the Emperor. So you're hoping that you are going to be able to stand in your power here, that you aren't going to be knocked off your throne, that you are moving in a way, such a way that is not game playing, but strategic, thoughtful, taking action in a way that is leaving you in your personal power. But the fear around that, it might be that you are perhaps, there are things in the background that perhaps are affecting your way forward here, or your ability to take action. And there's fear around damaging something within that, is what I'm feeling from this. Yeah, there's fear around damaging something like that. Like you want to be the King of Kings, whatever sex you are, you want to be the King of Kings in your life. But the fear is around, and I just keep seeing those children there. It's almost like, anything happening to them, anything to affect them. And that might be that you've got children yourself, or there might be somebody that this is about that has children. There's a fear around harming something that you don't want to, but at the same time you're feeling quite confident and empowered and powerful within what it is that you are planning to move forward with. Interesting. Okay, so what is the outcome of this? The shadow side. I'm trying to think which one this is now. I think this is Judgment. So this is kind of like the outcome here is this awakening for you. It really is revealing what is hidden within there. I think you've really exposed to yourself that you want this kind of union. You want some kind of commitment here, but you have to go through this revelation. You have to go through this awakening in order to achieve that. You're already doing it though. You're already going through that. It's just sometimes when you hit that point where you know you're going to have to do something, you're kind of stepping back. What else do we have for you? I can see something about a red vehicle as well. It's got like a trailer type of thing on the back. Okay, what else do we have for you about this reading? Very cagey energy. Don't want to let anything out. It's that one there. Oh, I've got two. Okay, so the Page of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. So yeah, even so, you know that this is not the easiest route. You know that what you are heading towards here, what's been illuminated to you, it's not the easy option. It's not the comfort zone, is it? It's the growth zone. But you want to work on it now. You're really kind of like looking into the finer details of how you can make this happen, because you're ready for this. You've got clarity on it now. You've got clarity that this is the right way forward for you. So if you had any doubts on that, what it is that you are reminiscing about from the past, something painful that you had to walk away from, or you felt you had to walk away from, this is what we're talking about today. And it's you kind of, I feel like you want to reconnect it, or there's something that you want to express from that point to somebody here. And this energy is you kind of like just, yeah, working towards how you're going to do that. You might be writing a letter perhaps, or you may be just thinking back over things. You might even be looking over messages, things like that. Now, if that doesn't sound like anything that you're doing, this could be someone that you want to reconnect with that's doing all of these things to come back to you, okay? But this energy is definitely to do with clarity at this point. Between now and Sunday, there is some clarity happening here. Okay. And we have the King of Cups on the bottoms. This is like love, support, emotional intelligence. Someone has realised what they need to do on an emotional level here. So I'm going to leave this reading here for you. If that resonates with you and you would like to know more, then please do get in touch for a personalised reading. And remember, I am picking 3 individuals for a free mini reading at the end of the month. So keep commenting and liking on all my platforms if you can. And in the description box is all my other things. So I've got TikTok, Instagram and Facebook and stuff. So come and find me on there as well. Drop me a message and I will see you on live very soon. Have a blessed day.